Welcome to The Proud Psychologist, the fortnightly podcast that focuses on how LGBTQ peeps can look after and nurture their mental health. Brought to you by me, Carol, an LGBTQ coaching psychologist and hypnotherapist. This podcast will help you learn as well as proactively tend to your mental health. Hello, and welcome to the 4th episode of the Proud Psychologist podcast. Today we're going to be talking about meditation, and specifically the side of it that doesn't get talked about much. Lots of people recommend meditation and mindfulness, and they talk about the benefits of both of these a lot. We've already had a guided meditation on this podcast because I am totally behind putting your own practice in place for the benefit of your mental health. But we haven't looked into the realities of meditation yet. Now, before we get into it, I would like to take a moment to apologise for the elongated gap between episodes. I am a person like you with my own challenges in life, and the heat, especially at night, really affects me. I have been having to take things at a different pace over the last couple of months because of all of this. And self-care is important. And part of that is recognising when we need to temporarily scale things back. I will be resuming the fortnightly release of episodes now, so every other Thursday I'll be here with brand new content for you. Okay, now that's done, let's talk about my meditation this morning. I want you to picture it. I sit down to do some work after buzzing around with housework, and suddenly a cold panic engulfs my chest. It's tight and full of a vibrating, restless energy. I recognise this. I've felt it before. It's anxiety. Where it came from, or why, is still unknown to me. I tell myself to start and focus on work so that I can, be productive, and this might just disappear. However, I can't focus. I can't concentrate. My own meditation practice has been rather sporadic lately, but something made me reach for the Plum Village app on my phone. This is my go-to for meditations, to be honest, and they have a wonderful library on there, and it's all free. I found the guided meditation called Embracing Negative Feelings, put my headphones on, and pressed play. Never having listened to this one before, I didn't know what to expect, but I reasoned that it's only 20 minutes, and if this doesn't help, I can always turn to another. The anxiety was still gripping my chest as I followed the first half of the meditation. Then the voice in my ears was encouraging me to acknowledge and care for my anxiety. I couldn't help it. My nose tingled, it flared repeatedly, my eyes welled up. Soon, a few tears were escaping out of the corners of my still closed eyes. I followed the directions given to me and continued to meet my anxiety with care and mindfulness. I continued to cry silently. Now, I can't quite remember when I noticed the anxiety was no longer there, keeping me so tightly wound up, but it was a very pleasant realization. I continued with the meditation and then was able to sit down to work unimpeded. This perfectly highlights an aspect of meditation that I want to focus on today. Meditation and mindfulness are not shortcuts to only good feelings. The hashtag only good vibes has no relevance here at all. You cannot use mindfulness or meditation to bypass feeling crap. They actually require you to be present with whatever you are experiencing, including the uncomfortable or negative ones. So, if you are anxious, stressed to the max, feeling low, angry, rejected, or dejected, Mindfulness and meditation will not numb you to those feelings or erase them. You will have to feel them, and you may end up crying, wanting to lash out, wanting to give up, hide away, or something while you meditate. I would love to hear from you if you have experienced anything like this before during meditation. Why do I feel this is important to talk about? Simply put, it doesn't get talked about enough. And people then get a skewed view of what meditation and mindfulness are, as well as what they can do for you. I remember attending a BPS Transpersonal Psychology Sections conference one year. Now that's basically the member network within the BPS for those of us who are interested in the spiritual and mystical side of things. And even in that context, most of the people I spoke with were not used to people talking about things such as crying during meditation. When you look more broadly at what the media and the general population know about meditation and mindfulness, it becomes even more obvious that these practices are widely spoken about, but only in terms of the positive things that people may experience. Now, meditation and mindfulness are not easy, convenient ways to sidestep the things you don't want to feel, and they are not shortcuts to the things you do want to feel. They can absolutely help you to cultivate more of the positive, uplifting feelings, and they can, like in my meditation earlier, help you to process feeling quickly. It's just that there is often a bit of discomfort along the way. As Robert Frost once said, the only way out is through, and this applies to all kinds of different situations and feelings. When you numb out or distract from a feeling you don't want to experience, you are essentially just freezing it in time. Nothing can change for better or worse if it is frozen and ignored. This is true no matter how you are choosing to numb it or distract from it. And yes, thinking that you can meditate as a way to stop feeling something and or replace it with something you do want to feel is about as healthy and successful as hiding from it behind sex, alcohol, drugs, gambling, work, constant busyness, etc. It is only by going through the feeling, being present with it, that we can get out of it. I know this is not what you necessarily want to hear. Hell, it's not actually what I want to be true either, because it can be bloody painful at times. I have been doing this for a long time now, and I still trip up sometimes on wishing I could sidestep some of the pain and discomfort. It is only human to want this, but the real healing and progress is in accepting that our feelings all serve a purpose. All of them. They are there to communicate with us about our situations and our circumstances. We can learn from them about our boundaries, priorities, needs, and desires. So how can you listen to and learn from your feelings if you're constantly pushing them away or numbing them out? I will leave you to ponder that question until next time. I hope this episode has given you some good food for thought and maybe helped you look at meditation and mindfulness and your emotions in a slightly different way. Remember, new episodes will be dropping consistently on every other Thursday, so subscribe and check back for the next one in 2 weeks. Until then, take care.